Hello everyone, this is Yuna and welcome to my vlogs. Hopefully time will go by fast.
Come here.
Oh. Hey everyone, this is Yuna. I've been busy with work. Oh, this is just an update vlog. Y'all know about 2-3 years ago, I had to deal with a graveyard that was down from my grandmother's house. And in this graveyard, I was grabbed by, little kid spirit and pleaded for help. He cracked his own gravestone on my foot and all this stuff happened. I was given an insight of what was going on in the graveyard, and hello, Mr. Wasp. Please go away, Mr. Wasp. Please go away, Mr. Wasp. Like, I'm not joking. Go away. Buzz away. Son of a bitch. Oh my god. You fucking asshole. Go away. He won't go away. Oh my god. This same scenario, kind of, a little bit different, has happened again, but it's not to me. This scenario involves a coworker. The scenario is, I've made a connection with this said coworker. His name is Kyle. His dead family has reached out to me for help. The same thing that was happening at the grave that I had cleansed and such is happening to this other graveyard that Kyle's family is buried at. So I had a whole dream, like a vision, where I was standing in front of the grave yard, and Kyle was to my left. His car, whatever he was driving, was behind me. Lo and behold, I saw the reverse triangle and all this stuff, and I saw that all these 7 trees in a perfect triangle kind of thing, and I had the same feeling I did in the other graveyard, and I was like, oh shit, here we go again. Kyle is being protected by his dead family from everything that's going around in the graveyard right now. Whatever is wanting to hurt him, and whatever, all the dense energy and the suppression and heaviness and stuff like that, is being shielded from him by his deceased family. So he doesn't know everything that's going on that I can feel and sense and see myself. He doesn't live this kind of life, like in the spiritual realm and stuff like that. He only dabbles in it. And so when he first met me, he's like, oh, what's your hobby? And I'm like, oh, at the time I was just joking around, just to have some sort of interesting thing to bring about conversation and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, I talk to the dead. He just kind of laughed. He's like, oh, you dabble in that? I'm like, kind of, maybe. No, not dabble. I'm sorry. So after that, I just like I had to correct him, and I'm like, I don't dabble. This is my life. And so that kind of made him go, what? Oh, I'm just gonna sit on this old fire pit that has stuff in it. He's like, oh, so wait, this got really serious really fast. And I'm just like, no, this is my life. Like, I talk to the dead. I just about every single day. I speak to them when I sleep. That's how I communicate with them. That's my strength. And so he's just like, oh, cool. So, yeah, so do I. And I'm like, okay. So after that, we get to know each other a little bit more while we work together. And he's interesting, odd, but okay. Everyone is. And then he texts me saying, oh yeah, all this stuff, and he's talking about his day and all that, and it was my off day. And after that, I felt a pull, like I'm getting tugged. And then later that night, that was when I had the vision. After this all happened yesterday, like the vision and such, I told him about the cemetery. He's like, oh, that sounds like the similar cemetery I hang out in. And I'm like, okay, well, there's a fly? God. I was like, well, there's a job there that I'm about to go and get called to do. And he's just like, oh yeah, your hobby, your dabbling. And I'm just like, what the fuck did I just tell you? I don't dabble. If I dabbled, this would be a whole lot different. And it wouldn't be all serious. If I dabbled, I wouldn't know what the fuck I'm doing. That's what dabblist does. They just go into shit and don't know what the fuck they're doing. And they fuck things up and they get themselves hurt. That's what happens. But I know what I'm doing. I know what I have to do. And I was like, oh yeah, so anyways, there's like these 3 women and 2 men, and I didn't tell the names, and I'm not going to, because I just can't. I explained where the graves are, and he's just like, wait a minute, that sounds like my family. But no, they can't be. And I was like, Kyle, it is your family. Your family has sought me out to help them. Do I have your permission to do so? And so he's just like, I don't think you have the right family. I'm like, no, seriously. I went down the list of everything that went wrong with each family member. And he's like, oh shit, that's true. And I was like, alright, I told you this was my life. I've told you, it smells like shit. Oh my god. Oh, why does it smell like shit? Dog, did you go take a shit? Oh god. I'm moving away. He finally went poop. It's the poop that we've all been waiting for. And he feels so much better. Okay, I gotta move away now. It smells terrible. So I told Kyle, I was like, this is my life. I told you that I did not dabble. I told you that I was being serious. And now you're seeing what I do for real. And what I can do for real. This is what I do. What I can do. Have I scared you? And he doesn't reply. I was like, now, do I have your consent to help your family? And he's just like, yeah, if it's my family. I was like, oh my god. So then he's just like, well, you know what, I don't really know where the grave sites are, so it's probably not my family. I was like, Kyle, I dare you to go ask your parents or whoever the hell you live with where your family is buried. I fucking bet it'll be 5 graves in a corner of a curve of the graveyard. And he goes off asking, and sure enough, he comes back and he's just like, oh shit, that's correct. I'm like, alright, it's your family. Since you just gave me your consent to help them, I will help them. And he's just like, but how did you know all this? What? I was like, I just told you. They told me to help them. You established a link to me through yourself to me from talking to me and stuff. They felt that, and they pushed forward, and they reached out to me. So there. I don't remember what else I said to him, but he's like, how are they in trouble or whatever? What's going on? And I was like, well, do you believe in like witches and covens? And he's like, yeah. And that was all I said, because he stopped talking to me after that. I scared the guy shitless. So, I sent him a text saying, I apologize for being so straightforward. That's just how I am. I feel really bad about it. Hopefully, he can forgive me. I sent him a text saying I apologized to him for everything that I said. I didn't mean to scare him, and I was sorry for being so forward, brash or whatever. Woo! I've just found myself in a really bad situation now because he's a coworker, and today, he said good morning to me. I know he wanted to say more, but he wasn't able to because I was having to do most of his job today as a bagger. What did you do? You hurt yourself. How did you hurt yourself, Lulu? Poor baby. He got called off to do something else. He was in the, he was doing, what was he doing? Bakery. He was doing the bakery and stuff like that. And then he went off into the office, and then he came back out. I don't know if he actually told the boss or anything, a manager, about what was going on between us. I don't know. Hopefully not. I mean, I guess the manager and all that could say it's harassment. I don't know. So I've let him alone. What I've done is all I can do. And once I get the graveyard cleaned up and cleansed and dealt with and shit and sealed off, that'll be that. It's just really hard. If he dabbles, why is he so fucking scared? I don't think he's ever met anyone that is actually a serious person like me that deals with this on a daily basis or every other day and stuff. I think I'm the only type of person that he's ever really met that does this seriously. And I feel really bad that I scared the shit out of him. But this is a really serious matter, and I've alerted him. I've told him all that I can tell, and if he wants to know more, he needs to talk to a friend of mine, but that might not be happening. This is what I'm dealing with right now. It's something really hard, and I hate doing this to a coworker. I really do. It's not my intentions to scare people, to make them worry, to be like, holy shit, oh my god, and then make them close themselves off. That's not my intentions at all. And I get to a point where I'm really comfortable. I am literally comfortable with what I do. Like, I think it's an everyday job that's okay for other people to, hey, that's a frisbee, oh my god. I think it's like an everyday thing that everyone's okay with, but it's actually, in reality, a thing that people just don't trust, that they don't believe in most of the time. It's hard for me to wrap my head around it all because I've grown up around the dead. I've always had that touch, and I've always been with the dead. Always. I was raised with the dead. I was raised with demons. I spoke to them like they were friends, and most of them are. I know the bad from the good. I know to stay away from them when I meet a terrible one. I have to deal with it. For someone that is not part of this life, is not part of that type of lifestyle, it's harder to grasp and understand. Basically, when you're not connected to that type of life, you don't really understand what's going on. You only understand what's going on in front of you or around you and stuff like that. You don't know what's going on beyond. And that's what I know. That's what I know is going on, because I have the connections. And I can go to and from whenever I please. Moth, hi. They just don't have the connection. They don't see it. They don't sense it. They don't feel it. They don't do anything. They might have a hair raise or something because of the energy, but that's all. That's pretty much anything and everything they'll ever get. Then again, it also depends on how receptive they are to it all. But it also depends on if they want to believe what they hear and who tells them this. If they believe in what they hear and who tells it, then they're opening themselves up to more. And then further things will happen, and yeah. Everyone has a way of getting to this type of lifestyle. It's not that hard. Well, I don't think it's that hard. Hi, bird. It's different for everyone that goes into this type of lifestyle. How they get there, how they do it, how it happens to them. It's always quite amazing. There's just different times that people are allowed to be in this type of lifestyle and when they're not. And then when they get shown what it's like, it's up to them if they want to decide to go with it, go forward to learn more, explore, gain knowledge, or if they don't want to and they just want to shut it all away and live life like it never happened. That's up to them. Totally up to them. Anyone is allowed to do that. And it's okay, because you'll always be given another chance to come back at another time and see if you're ready to go or accept it or whatever. And if you're still not, then so be it. That's okay. Then you just decide just to never do it ever again. God, this thing's going on for 22 minutes. Holy shit. But for me, it's always been part of my life. And I never could get away from it. I was born into this. Like, literally born into it. Given it through my father. And through my dad. And through him, I was given a weaker ability. But it's not as weak. It's much stronger through women, but if they pass it on. So if I pass it on to my kids, it'll be stronger, which is kind of cool if they want to go through with this. I don't know what else to say. When you first get shown this type of life, it's rather, it's a surprise. It'll really take you by surprise, and it'll take you for a trip. And if you're not ready for that trip, then holy shit. Oh my god. I don't know what else to tell you other than it's a ride. It's very fun and it's scary, but it's quite the adventure. I know I have had a lot of it. I might not look it, but I have. And whatever I meet and see and learn about, it's always something new and something different, or I've never heard of it, and I have to be taught and told what it is, what I have to do and stuff. If I'll maybe remember, and sometimes maybe not. I'll have to be taught again. But it's that whole learning phase that I love. And I enjoy growing and sharing my knowledge and stuff about things, and cameras and other equipment can't really capture as well as what the dead say and such. It's rather lacking still. As much as there is knowledge and cameras and equipment, and oh my god, I don't hate equipment. I'm not dissing the equipment. The equipment is amazing. It's just the people that have the ability to speak with the dead, have more emotions, feel the emotions, know what's going on, and have that sense that the cameras cannot, share. I think my parents are home. I'm pretty sure. So anyways, guys, I will see y'all later. Hope y'all enjoyed. Bye.